Hi everyone. Uh, as you all know, my name is Doyin Akindotuni, and I welcome you to this first episode of 2025. I am so sorry I've not been able to put out videos. I promised I was gonna be putting out videos more consistently, but life happens. I have a day job, and apparently, I've got personal things to deal with also. So those two things have made it impossible for me to put out um, videos consistently. But I promise you guys, this year it's gonna be different. So this year I want us to take a more focused approach, and which means that I'm gonna start from an elementary point. Talk about the field of data science, how to get into data science, what are the skills to get into data science, the learning part, the portfolio building, and all that. So today it's just gonna be an elementary discussion, something that um something that is very rudimentary, very basic, something anyone could easily understand. And I'm gonna be sharing my own personal experience also uh, in the field of data science, and I welcome all contributions, commentary, feedback. There are things we need to do better. I know a lot of people are going to say you need to post more videos, so that's something we are working on. So welcome. Today I'm going to title this episode "Breaking into Data Science: A Practical Guide for Beginners." Actually, and I know a lot of people are actually moving into the data analytics, data science, machine learning engineering, solution architect roles, and all that right now. But I feel like there is always a practical way to, a more practical and more realistic way to get into this field, as you probably might just be frustrated. And I'm going to be particular about data science roles now. The easiest or the most accessible role to get as a newbie in data science is more or less like a graduate data science role or a junior data scientist role, which are like the entry level to these roles into the field. And what is, I mean, let's come to think of it. What is data science? What is data analytics? What is big data? What is business intelligence? What is business analysis? I feel like for anyone to actually make a concrete decision about going into any particular field, it's more or less like the same experience we had while growing up, where most of us we want to be doctors, we want to be engineers, we want to be lawyers, and all that, and bankers. And if you look behind these aspirations of us when we were younger, you find out that there is a particular reason why we were attracted to those fields. Maybe someone in the family is a doctor, you like the father, they put on stethoscope and all those kind of stuff. Maybe someone is a lawyer in the family, maybe you've seen movies and you see how lawyer dress, how they argue in court and all that, and you're fascinated and you like to be that kind of person too. So specifically for data science roles too, there must be a reason why you want to be in that field. It should not be because you see a lot of people becoming data analysts now. Every now and then someone goes to a boot camp for 3 weeks or 4 weeks or probably a month or 2 months or 6 months or whatever, for how long, and they are already a data analyst, giving advices about data analysis, giving advice about data science and all that. So it should not be because I see a lot of people going into the field and I think, they say there's money in IT, there's money in data analysis and data science, that's why you're going. There should be a genuine passion, a genuine personal reason why you want to go into the field. So basically, for a data science role, I actually we'll start this conversation with something I call reality check. Because let's address what data science is actually is. Because it's not just fancy AI models, it's not creating chatbots, it's not creating generative AIs, it is not creating RAG algorithms that are able to retrieve documents, summarize documents, or text generation AIs like ChatGPT and all that. It is data science is way more complicated than that. Because on day to day for data science, it could be for some weeks it could be you cleaning some data, it could be data cleaning for you, which is quite boring. It could be building dashboards, it could be communicating with stakeholders, it could be like talking with people, getting ideas about the best approach to the best methodology to use for a particular problem. So the data science field is not just all about the end product, which is usually the ChatGPTs, the whatever artificial intelligence products we have currently in the market. The data science role goes beyond that. It goes beyond that because the foundation of every product that you deal with is from having that conversation about the root problem. What problem are you trying to solve? And then determining the kind of data set you need. And that data set needs to be worked on. Before you see the ChatGPT that is working as perfect as it is right now, there's a lot of training data behind that because people, actually human beings, are to like clean data, work on the data set, make sure the data sets are good enough to actually train the model such that the model is not biased or it generalizes well. So that's the reality check. The data science field is not about the end product, it's not about the fancy AI models everywhere. It comes with a lot of boring, repetitive tasks like cleaning data, making sure the data quality is all right, creating dashboards to show insights to stakeholders, to actually show the essence, the impact the model you're trying to create is going to have on the company's revenue or the impact it's going to make in the society. So that's the reality check that everyone has to take in. It is not just about fancy models. It comes with a lot of repetitive, boring tasks that you will never imagine. And for you to be a data scientist, I always say this thing that you have to understand your strengths and weaknesses. Are you someone who is good in mathematics? Are you someone who is good in calculus? Are you someone who is good in algebra? Are you someone who doesn't fancy calculation? Are you someone who fancy coding? Are you open-minded? Are you open-minded? When it comes to learning, are you open-minded? Because there are essential skills that you cannot do without in the field of data science. You code, you write code. Okay, yeah, there are AIs now, there are fancy AI models now that can help you generate code. But what is the essence of the codes you generate if you have no basic or foundational understanding of what those codes, lines of code are doing? So that's why it's quite important for you to gain some essential skills. And for the basic level, if you are coming into the data science field, you apparently need to learn Python, focus on pandas, numpy, scikit-learn, and all other libraries. SQL is quite important because you need to master the basics of querying and joins and selecting tables and other, creating schemas and all that. Statistics, you have to understand probability, hypothesis testing, and regression analysis. You have to understand what visualization is. You have to be able to use Matplotlib, Plotly, Seaborn, Power BI, and Tableau, and all others. And then you have to understand what Git version control basics are, because you're not going to be working as a lone island. You're going to be working with other data scientists who might be senior or probably be at the same level with you, and you might need to like share code with them, collaborate on some work. GitHub gives you the ability to collaborate with other developers where you can share code, commit code, and all that. So essentially, you have to know Python, you have to know SQL, you have to understand what GitHub does, and all that. Then, for you to, if you're just new and trying to come into the field, it is no longer it is no longer mandatory that you get a degree in data science. Okay, personally, I got a degree in data science. I got a master degree in data science and artificial intelligence. But the whole field about data science has gone global. There are courses online that you can take. There are practical courses you can online and take. There will be assessments for you to take, and which should be graded on, which you can actually use to improve your skills. So there are various learning paths to take if you try to learn what data science field entails. You could self-teaching, which you can use free resources like DataCamp, Coursera, EDS, deep learning, AI, and all that. So there are tons of resources online where you can actually learn. You can actually watch YouTube videos, which are actually posted on YouTube. Videos from data scientists, established data scientists, putting videos of what processes they are going through, and there are videos on YouTube that actually give you basic knowledge of what you need to do when you come into data science. And there are boot camps, like I mentioned earlier. People go to boot camps for like 6 months. It's more or less like a school, but in a practical sense, and then they give you the foundational knowledge. Give you assignments that you can skills and all that. And then there is traditional degree, like the conventional one I did, which is probably go for a BSc in data science if there are schools that do that, or go for a master's degree in data science, just like hybrid. And then if you have been able to learn and you've been able to learn, you'll be working on projects, there's a need for you to build your portfolio. Because there is something that is called skill validation. Probably back in the days when you claim to know something, you are able to code and all that. No one questions you, no one asks you to demonstrate your skills. But in recent times, there's something that is called skill validation. Employers want to see if you say you are a data scientist and you've created this model, you've created this dashboard and whatever, you've done these processes in the past. Employers actually want to see you demonstrate those skills, and this is where your portfolio comes in. This is like your CV, but in a more practical sense. This shows your skills, but your portfolio should contain all the projects you've worked on, probably your code, the documentation, probably if you have sample data there. So you should actually build your portfolio. So you could, as a data scientist, you could have one cleaning or analysis project. So you cleaning a data set, making sure the data quality is right, and analyzing the data set for insights. It could be a machine learning project where you train a model to do a particular thing. It could be a predictive model, or it could be a classification model where you classify a couple of things into different groups that they should belong to. Or predictive model, probably predicting the changes in house prices, probably for the next 5 or 10 years in a particular area. There are data sets online on websites like Kaggle and others that you can actually create these models using those data sets. And then probably one visualization project, which includes everything you can, visualizing your the insight that you've been able to find in a particular data set. Probably you're analyzing house prices data set, or temperature data set, or probably climate change stuff. So there should be a visualization project in your portfolio that can showcase your visualization skill. And there are a lot of portfolio platforms where you can actually have create an account and have this project saved on. GitHub is a very popular example. There are Linktree, there are other ones, and you could actually develop a personal website for your own portfolio. Everything is down to your preference. And then the big elephant in the room is the job search process. What are you looking for? As someone who is actually new in the data science world, you could be looking for roles that have target titles like data analyst, graduate analyst, graduate data analyst, junior data scientist, junior data analyst. These are the roles that you are most likely going to get, because these are roles that probably require 0 to 1 year experience, or probably 0 to maximum of 2 years experience. Resume keyword. You need to actually work on your CV such that the keywords used on your CV matches the keywords that are in the job description. So if you're applying for a particular job, every job posted online has a job description of what skills they're looking for, what the person's specification is. So you should ensure that you tailor your CV to actually match those keywords. So if the ATS system that is used to filter out CVs that match the jobs where it's being used on your CV can easily pass through without being thrown away. Interview preparation. For someone who is new in the industry, you have to focus on SQL, statistics, project explanation. So if you have done a particular project, how do you communicate the insight from the project to an audience? Most likely you're going to be dealing a lot with non-technical audience. Probably explaining to technical audience, you won't have problems because they can understand coding and all that, and they can understand the processes you've taken to arrive at a particular result. But non-technical audience does not have technical knowledge. These are most likely going to be your CEO, your probably investor who doesn't know anything about coding. All they are so concerned about is the results and what you are presenting. They are there to listen to your arguments about how you arrive at those results and what impact those results could have on the industry. So you are gonna learn how to explain your projects. Communication is quite important. It's something you have to work on. And then network, because no man is an island. So apparently you need to network. Have an account on LinkedIn, local meetups. If there are local conferences about AI, data science that are happening in your city, try as much as possible to attend. And these days, I think it's better because most of these conferences and seminars have been held online or Zoom. So try and participate as much as you can. Meet up, network with people, so you are abreast of the new advances in the industry. Because believe me, I tell you, every day something new is always coming up in the industry, in the tech world. So you have to be updated every day so you don't get left behind. And then there are non-technical skills that you should actually develop too. I think I made mention of communication. It is important for you to be able to explain the complex concepts that you are using in your projects. You are going to be dealing with non-technical audience, which are your stakeholders, most likely your stakeholders. And these people they are not interested in the jargons you're talking about in your Python or whatever. They want to see what impact your project is going to make. And if you're able to communicate that easily, then you've won. So communication is important. Then problem solving. It is important for you to break down large problems into smaller chunks. So if anyone is telling you that it's a straight road, it's a straightforward road, the person is a big liar. You have to be able to break down the big problem, because every product that has come out has come to solve a particular problem. So first thing first, before solving a problem, is identify what problem you are trying to solve, and then breaking that problem into smaller chunks so you can deal with them in bits. And then finally, having a business acumen. You have to understand what the needs of your stakeholders are. You don't just be in a company and maybe the company is into insurance and you're working in the company, and as a data scientist in the company, you're creating a model that is going to be predicting cancer. I mean, how does insurance company, how does it have anything to do with predicting cancer? So you have to understand your stakeholders, you have to understand your industry, you have to solve problems that is particular to your industry for you to stay relevant. And then at this point, I do not want to elongate this talk. I don't want to keep you guys focused on the camera and just keep talking and so when I'm just going to laugh. So This week, this conversation is just your basic roadmap to data science. Next week, we'll be diving into a couple of topics that are quite basic for someone that is newly into data science. This video is just to give you a full knowledge of what it entails. Next week we'll be talking about something more serious than just this conversation around getting into data science. Thank you so much for your support throughout last year, and I'm hoping that this year we can take this channel further than we did last year. See you this time next week. Thank you so much.